guys, it's Erin from Book Linus. Hope you're doing great today. Sabrina and I want to make a video. As usual, she is on my desk. So she is taking up a good portion of the screen. I thought it would be fun to do a video to show what I do each morning for my daily draws. And perhaps we can share with each other what our little rituals are. So I like to swap out the decks that I use every 2 weeks. And I'm going to be doing some chopping block videos, narrowing down my collection. It's not massively huge compared to most, but I'll be paring it down in order to use decks for longer periods throughout the year. So during this time, it's currently February, I am using the Into the Wild tarot deck. It just happened on the rotation, so I decided I would go ahead and use it for this video. Into the Wild through Tevada Tarot, they have fantastic decks. I've already talked about the Loon's Dream, did a video on that, but this is the Into the Wild. I don't think I've done a video on it yet, but their cardstock, their artwork, everything about them is absolutely fantastic. So let's go back to the daily draw. What I usually do is I'll have a tarot deck and I'll have an oracle deck. In this example, Into the Wild comes with its own oracle as a bonus, so I'm going to be using that in its place. But depending on the month and the season, I might be using the Tarot of Vampires during Halloween. I might be using the Mystic Cats in July, that kind of thing. For now, we're going to use these. So what I'll do is obviously do a shuffle, and I always do a, don't know where I got it. I think it was Lisa Pappas that said, if you shuffle a deck 7 times, then it's good and shuffled. So I'll shuffle it 7 times. Then I'll think for the day, for today, for my highest, greatest good, what is the past, present, future? And I don't view it as, a circus carnival looking at the future thing. What I'm thinking about is insight into the day, to think of where I have been, where I am today, and things that I choose to do that will affect my tomorrow. So I think about that, and then I will shuffle it 3 times, and then I will cut the deck. Obviously, I'm not doing all the shuffling right now for you. Then I will lay them out. 1, 2, 3, past, present, future. And I'll put the deck aside. I'll then do the same thing with the oracle deck. I'll give it a good, 7 shuffle. Think of my question, which is, what is further insight into today? So it's kind of almost a clarifying card for the present. I'll shuffle it 3 times, I'll cut the deck, and then I will, place that inside card there and put it aside. And this deck comes with this lovely little guide, which has black and white images, upright and reverse meanings, and then the oracle cards are in the back, so you can always find that. 9 times out of 10, it's a Rider-Waite-Smith clone, so I'll understand it. Sometimes, just because I'm kind of nerdy, I will read the guidebook anyway for each card, just to kind of, think about it. And this is done, before work, right before the phone starts to ring, the messages and emails start to come in, and, I'm totally derailed from trying to be more, in a meditative, spiritual state, to coming back to the material grindstone of work. So I'll turn them over and take a look. And this example, we've got, 3 of Swords and 3 of Pentacles, and then Knight of Pentacles. So 2 Pentacles and 2 3s. And then for further insight, trap, right? Okay. So these are the books that I use for this. I used to use this. I don't remember where I got this. It might have been Barnes & Noble. It might have been Amazon. As you can see, I've used it like crazy and ran out of room. So I wanted to find one that really fit 3 cards. So I looked around and found this little gem. This is the second one I've had. The first one I had was for 2024. It's the Ritual Planner. I just can't say enough about this. Yeah, Ritual Planner there. I'm sure you can see it. I want to say I got it an ad on Facebook, which I usually totally ignore. But I went to their website, thoroughly went over the reviews, and boy, I can't say enough about this. It has inside, open it up for you. It's got the Wheel of the Year. It talks about the actual calendar, what to expect, holidays, phases, describing the different moon phases. It suggests 3-card spreads. It asks, questions that you can ask your cards here and lists. This is a list of my decks that I swap out for each month, so I can remember what the heck I swap them out with. Hence my wanting to pare down my collection. It has a cheat sheet here for minor and then major along the bottom here, if you don't have the guidebook. It also has different astrological references, planets, zodiac signs, then again, planetary associations with each card. Your personal birth chart. You can do that as well. And, of course, the year ahead. And my year ahead, boy, it kind of... we started with 5 of Wands. We've got Death, the Tower, 4 of Pentacles coming up. So, hopefully, it's 2025. So, we'll see, right? Each month starts out here like a regular calendar, and I just put the decks that I used, and again right now I'm splitting them every 2 weeks. As I pare down, hopefully I'll be able to use one deck more often. And then it has the month, so you can put how I want to feel. Let's find a good example here. It's got notes everywhere, so let's look at a blank one. Here's July, and of course you can see it's showing all the astrological, planetary references. Here's a blank month, July, your top priorities, how I want to feel, what I'm looking forward to, my goals, my tensions I need to let go of, and highlights of the month. And I usually leave this blank so that at the end of the month I go back and just kind of reflect on how the month went. Habit tracker, usually I'll put here write, learn, play, and sometimes exercise at the bottom just to make sure. And then I'll check off the days. And by play, I mean, doing things like this, being creative, which kind of is in tandem with writing. Then you have each a month ahead spread, which are 6 different cards. The energy of the month, I use the Wheel Ahead spread, and I go ahead and put that month's card there. And then it looks for love, money, work, health, spirit. And you write which card it is, and of course your interpretation kind of gives you a little peek into the month. And then look, for each week, you've got here an affirmation. I tend to use the animal spirit guides for my weekly. I'll put it there with the affirmation at the top. In my notes, I'll just put what decks I used for these weeks. And then there's your 3-card draw. So in this instance, I'd put 3 of Swords, 3 Pentacles, and then Knight of Pentacles. And then in my notes here, I usually put Insight, which in this case would be the trap. So number 1, I might put lesson. I've learned lessons along the way. 3 of Pentacles. I'm starting to collaborate more to get things done. And then Knight of Pentacles. I'll need to take things slow. You know, just my little insights for the day. And then I will put them up. I'll snap a picture of it. Of my daily draw, just so I have it. I'm able to work from home, so I can look to my left and view it, along with the daily astrological positionings. I've got Wheel of the Year, Living Year cards for that. And it shows you, you know, the moon phases as well. There's also, as you go along here, new moon and full moon spreads. And it kind of describes, you know, this, for this one, July 10th is in Capricorn, explains it. You can put your own notes, but then there's a spread there to do for that full moon. So as you can see, for these daily draws, it's just a fantastic way to record it, to put your little insights there. And even at the end of the day, you know, if you look back on these, you can think, huh, well, I can see how that applied. I had to work with everybody to get a project done today. Or, you know, maybe, yeah, I got that done, but there's a new big one coming, so I'm going to need to take it slow and really, you know, take my time making sure I do it right. For trap, I would, unless something really, you know, stood out, like, oh, be careful, it's a trap, slow down, something's wrong, I would probably look in my little guidebook just to get a little snippet of the author's take and see how it applied, and write it in the note. There's one more thing I would do for the note area. And this is probably one of my favorite parts of my daily draw, is I got this book from Amazon. There's a smaller version of this. It doesn't have the quotes in it, I don't think. It's just a list of questions for each card. But me being the nerdy, you know, oh, I want the full detail, I got this bigger version. It's a great book, very handy. So what it is say, I always focus on the present, on today. So it would be 3 of Pentacles. So I would open this book to find the 3 of Pentacles. And here we go. There's the 4. Okay, so 3 of Pentacles. And here are some quotes. But you look at how many questions there are. And again, I'm kind of nerdy. So I would look and see, okay, there's 58 questions. Either by my phone or my desktop, I would go to a random number grabber from 1 to 58 and random, and it would pick a number for me. You can also, you know, you use your intuition, I guess, or just blindly poke at a page and find, you know, a question. So let's say it was 25. So the question is, what should you be reviewing in more detail and why? So that instance is why, you know, I thought up here, I've got to work harder, learn the lesson, slow down, take a slow, thorough approach, because, you know, there might be something to think about. And that question, kind of writing it down in that book in the notes, and then thinking about it during the day, also helps enforce how it applies to my day. I would then look at the quotes, you know, just to see which one kind of stuck out at me. It's possibility of having a dream come true that makes life interesting. That's very true, isn't it? So anyway, that's what I do. And I do it every morning. It just kind of helps center me. Just kind of, again, before the busyness of work. And then I put it up on my shelf, and it's always there to kind of, you know, if I get frustrated, or, you know, if I get, oh, I should be, you know, doing something else, or I just look over to my left and I see it and just apply what is trying to be conveyed to me in this particular day. That's it. So thank you, and I hope you enjoyed it. And Sabrina says goodbye, even though she's off in dreamland. Have a great day.